studying nursing in Ukraine, all you need to know. So also in this video, I'm going to be discussing some other things that I didn't discuss in my medical video. So the first thing you should know is that there are two various kinds of nursing trainings here in Ukraine. We have the BSN and the MSN. The BSN, which is Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and MSN, which is Masters of Science in Nursing. What are the differences? Now for the BSN, this is actually a 4 year course, while the MSN is a 2 year course. Also, you can study the MSN without studying the BSN. Why? Because the MSN is masters, okay? So this is like a postgrad that you do after you already had your bachelor's, which is the BSN. Now my next point, where can you study these courses? Now I have said before in the previous videos that you can study nursing in every medical university in Ukraine. So there are some specific places that you can study this. I'm going to tell you 4 universities where I'm sure you can study nursing in: VN Karazin, Bukovina State Medical University, Ternopil National Medical University, and Kharkiv National Medical University. I already discussed these universities in a different videos, and I'm going to drop the link above so you can go and learn more about them. Now the thing is, these 4 universities might not be the only universities where you can study nursing in. So in case you're looking for more options, you can feel free to do your research. Next thing I'm going to talk about is admission requirements. These are the things that your agent or the school will ask you for when applying into the school. They include a copy of your international passport, a copy of your high school certificate, consent of processing of personal data, and later on into the admission process, you'll be asked for your birth certificate, health certificate valid for the last 2 months, and a HIV negative result. Of course, these are not the only things that will be required of you, but these are the major ones that you're going to be asked about. Now, the next I'm going to talk about is tuition and tuition deadlines. Now, the tuition fee varies from 3,000 to 4,000. I'm saying varies because various universities have various prices, okay? Another question I got, I think was on Instagram. Someone reached out to me and asked me, for my first year school fees, is it okay to pay it gradually, not at once? Now, the thing is, if you're an old student, okay? If you're an old student, you're in your second year, third year, fourth year, and this doesn't just apply to nursing students, this applies to everyone, medical students as well. If you can't afford to pay your school fees before beginning of a semester, right? The minute the semester starts, there's an extra charge that will be added to you for each day that you don't pay your school fees. 1 week, 2 weeks, a month after school starts. So to be on the safe side, when you finally have your school fees, go to the accounts department and find out how much exactly you are owing. Because let's assume that your school fees is 3,500, and for each day they add, let's say, $1 as late charge. Multiply that $1 by the number of days or weeks you stayed before you finally paid your school fees. That is the extra charge. If you pay your school fees without paying your extra charge, you cannot finish your semester, because to them you are owing the university, or to them you're owing the school. Now when this charge is gathering up, that means you can still attend classes. That's why you're paying these late fees. You're paying these late fees because you're attending classes but you haven't paid your school fees. Now the schools have a deadline. Now once you get to this deadline and you haven't paid, you'll be sent out of class. I think some schools give a month, some 2 weeks, so the deadlines are different. Now once you're sent out of class, you can only come back to class after you've paid the school fees and everything, and the school will give you a permission. This permission is going to be sent to your department, letting them know that okay, you have paid school fees and they can let you back into class, okay? So paying extra charge is different from the deadline, okay? These are 2 different things. Now, as a first year student coming to the country, you have to pay your full school fees. I know that in some countries this is allowed. In some countries, I think in the UK, some universities in the UK, you don't have to pay everything at once. You can pay a little, or you can pay a certain amount, and then you start school, and before the end of the year, you can pay up the rest gradually. But for Ukraine, you have to pay the full thing at least that first year of school. And then if you're second, third year, if you can't afford to pay everything immediately, you can pay it gradually, as long as you pay before that deadline and before you get sent out of class. Admission deadlines. What do I mean? Now, for some universities, they have 2 sections. This is the spring session and the fall sessions. But if you're starting school in September, like most people do, this is the fall session. Meanwhile, if you're starting school in January, this is what they call a spring session. People in fall sessions will be a semester ahead of those in the spring sessions. For example, right now, I just completed my 5th year and I'm entering my final year of medical school. So I'm entering 6th year first semester. Now, a friend of mine who didn't start school in September with me but started with the spring session in January. Right now, she is entering her 5th year second semester. So the admission deadline for the fall session, it actually ends on November 1st. What it means is if you come after November 1st, you can't register into the first year of the fall section. You will have to wait and join those of the spring section, which usually starts in January, and the deadline ends in March. If you miss both the fall and the spring session, you are going to end up doing part 5 or preparatory course. I know that it's not all universities that have these 2 sessions. A lot of universities just have the 4 sections, which is the September session. Not a lot of places have the spring session. So guys, as usual, I hope you found this video very informative, very useful. But just in case you still have more questions that I didn't answer in this video, feel free to text me here on YouTube on the comment section or on Instagram. My social accounts are on my page now, so you can see it and you can reach me directly. Once again, I will say that just in case you're looking for an agent to come into the country, Success Agency is well available. You guys, honestly, when coming to Ukraine, I did not have any problem. I didn't have any extra question because my agent was so good to me and my family. All I did was provide everything they asked me to provide, and then they handled the rest. Success Agency is definitely the best. You won't regret it. I will drop the link to their Instagram account below so you can reach them directly, and can assure you, you won't have any problems. So guys, see you in my next video. Bye.